You love fashion and want to have a career in fashion, but you don't exactly want to be a stylist or a designer. No problem. There's plenty of jobs out there where you can utilize your love of fashion and combine it with other skills and interests. Here are a few creative careers that you can have that don't involve design or styling, but they'll still immerse you in the world of fashion. First up is trend forecasting. You ever notice when you go to the mall that all of the stores seem to have a lot of the same trends? Yeah, that's no coincidence. Fashion companies shell out big bucks to know what's going to be trending a year or two before it even becomes a thing, and even prior to the designing stage. Now, I've worked in this field before, and it's as exciting as it seems to know what's going to be popular before it reaches the masses. It involves a lot of researching things that are not exactly fashion related, like books, movies, politics, you name it. All of these things serve as an influence to what's going to be popular in fashion. Even ad campaigns, architecture, and of course celebrities play a big factor in what's going to be trending. During the pre-internet days, this job involved a lot of traveling to the fashion capitals, but now that everything that you need is available at the click of a button, it now involves a lot of computer research time, especially post-pandemic. However, nothing will ever beat getting out there in the field, so travel is very much still an important part of this job, from trade shows in different cities to festivals around the world. Trend forecasters study market conditions and consumers' buying behaviors. They evaluate designers' collections, and this means analyzing data, market data, statistics, and many other factors. Trend forecasters also follow general trends in the industry, from tracking shifts in colors and styles and silhouettes. One of the most important skills that you need to succeed in this field is being very observant and keeping your eyes open to what's happening all the time. You have to be somewhat of an information junkie, along with having keen interpreting skills to articulate to fashion head honchos why they should believe you when you say a certain aesthetic is on trend. To get a feel of trend forecasts, visit the leading trend forecast agencies like WGSN and Fashion Snoops, and you can see just how much research and detail goes into backing a trend. Next job is being a creative director. I'll be speaking about creative directors in the terms of a fashion design house here. Creative directors are the creative leads that develop fashion design concepts or photo shoot concepts. They manage creative teams of designers, artists, graphic designers, and other roles. Creative directors initiate strategic visions that set the tone of the brand, both aesthetically and through messaging, and establish the seasonal concepts for each collection. Your next option is being an art director. Art directors are responsible for leading the visual style of a publication, advertising campaign, or brand material. They oversee the work of photographers, graphic designers, and other artists to determine the overall style and aesthetic of a project. Your next option can be accessory design. Accessory designers specialize in designing handbags, backpacks, hats, belts, scarves, eyewear, jewelry, watches, and many other fashion accessories. They research trends, create concepts, select materials, and create color palettes. Similar to fashion designers, they oversee the development and production of their designs. Your next option can be a textile designer. Another thing I love, which are prints on my clothes. Textile designers create original artwork for fabric prints and develop patterns for knitted, printed, and woven textiles. They develop seasonal designs and have a great eye for prints, details, and colors. It's more than just mixing prints or creating cool designs. Textile designers have to know textiles inside and out, as they need to consider what textile is used when developing patterns. Different fabrics behave different ways, so they have to be well versed in that. Next career option is being a CAD designer. CAD, which stands for Computer Aided Design, is a mix of fashion design and graphic design. You'll be using software like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator a lot, so get used to it in this role. Your job in a nutshell is to interpret the designer's sketch and translate that to a technical design, where the sample maker and manufacturers can see exactly what the final product is supposed to look like. That means where the zippers and buttons are, how big each button is, how far apart they are from each other. Every single detail matters, no matter how little. As a CAD designer, you're pretty much responsible for doing everything that's computer generated in the design process. This includes interpreting the designs from someone else's directions by sketching flats in Illustrator, developing the graphics for hand tags, trims, custom buttons, zipper pulls, you name it. Another aspect of this job is creating textile prints and patterns. These are the graphics that go on or inside the product. They can range from placed prints like the ones you see on a t-shirt, screen printing, or all over, which if you have an eye for prints and graphics, this just might be the path for you. Next up is footwear designers. Footwear designers specialize in designing shoes for a variety of customers. They possess expert knowledge and they have a creative eye, and they're very detail-oriented. They research their consumers and consider the aesthetic style and function of their shoe designs. So if you're just as obsessed with shoes as I am, then this might be the job for you. Next option is being a fashion illustrator. Fashion illustrators utilize different drawing and illustrating techniques to convey fashion designs through visual art. They often use a combination of hand drawings in a variety of mediums and computer programs to express fabric styles and design concepts. Last but not least, you can be a technical designer. Technical designers in the fashion industry are the garment engineers who take care of all the details that turn the ideas into actual products and clothing items. They manage fittings and act as a liaison between the fashion designer and production. Technical designers take the conceptual designs and figure out how to accurately construct them into garments. They develop spec sheets and tech packs showing all the details with stitching and measurements. This helps ensure that the product will be made accurately, efficiently, and without flaws. All in all, the fashion industry is always changing with the times, and no matter what your unique passion is, whether you're into luxury handbags or vintage or sustainability, there's a job in the industry just for you. For example, resale companies like The RealReal are on the rise, so if you're obsessed with vintage fashion or luxury fashion and you know everything there is to know about those specific areas, these companies can hire you as a consultant or as a designated fashion expert who understands the trends and how those relate to the resale value. These companies want someone who has their finger not just on the pulse of current trends, but past trends as well, and someone who's constantly staying up to date as to what's happening in this very fast-changing industry. So there you have it. Have you ever considered any of these fashion career paths? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please share if you care, and go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Catch you next time.